I'm Sharon from I Restore Stuff. I blog over at i-restorestuff.com. And today on Hometalk, right here, we're going to do another DIY demo, and we're going to be transforming my living room. So usually I work here in this space doing my demos, but we're going to be moving over to the living room today. And don't go anywhere, because you could win yourself a DIY tote bag from Hometalk. So let's go to the living room. I've got to finish taping up my brick wall. Hey Julie, let me introduce my friend Julie here today. She's going to be helping with comments and that kind of thing. Julie is also a furniture restorer, just like I am. We have this passion for painting furniture, don't we? And Julie's got a Facebook page over at Chalk and Trees. So that's Chalk N, the letter N, and Trees. So give her some love, everybody. Say hello to Julie. She's going to be helping me today. And while we're getting ready, please tell us where you're tuning in from today. Write where are you from in the comments and let us know. And don't go anywhere. We have a competition giveaway of our Hometalk tote bag. And what I've done, I can just let you know while we're waiting for those comments to come in, is to prep the brick wall. What I've done so far, I've vacuumed my wall, and I've also gotten a dustpan and brush and just brushed in between the bricks to get all the dirt, remove all of that kind of thing. Now these bricks, they haven't been varnished, or they don't have any kind of sealer on them. They're quite porous and breathable. And today I'm going to be using milk paint. So that's going to really soak into the brick quite well, because that's a porous paint as well. Where are they tuning in from today, Julie?
We've got people from West Jordan. We've got people from Michigan, Canada, Stockbridge, New Baltimore. All snowing in Colorado.
It's snowing in Colorado. And we're
like crazy.
And we are stifling here in Queensland still. Although the breezes have been nicer lately, so it has been a little bit more mild. We're heading into fall in March, well, autumn we call it here. All right, I'm just going to stand up on my safety chair. Oh, I don't need to. So I'm just taping up. So you can see I've taped up where the ceiling joins the brick. That's really important, because I don't want the colour that I'm painting on the walls to get on everything else. And also I've taped up the skirting boards along the ground. So I'll just shift this chair, into your shot. Okay, so we're just using ordinary painter's tape. Make sure you do use painter's tape, especially if you're masking on top of paint. I'm just masking on top of varnished wood at the moment, but you don't want the tape to peel off existing paint. So that's why we use painter's tape, not just your ordinary masking tape. All right, sounds like we've got people coming in from all over the world, which is awesome. Any more interesting places there, Julie?
There is. We've got people from Kentucky, and we've also got a couple of people responding to what colour they would like to see the wall.
They want to know what colour I'm going to paint. How about you guess? How about everyone just guesses? What colour do you think I'm going to paint the wall? That would be interesting. What colour do you think I should paint it?
Well, cream and light blue just came through.
Oh, okay. Cream and light blue. I am a bit of a blue person. I tend to gravitate toward the blue colours, I find, in my house. I think that's true with a lot of people. What about you, Julie? What do you gravitate towards? Are you blue or greens, or what do you like?
I like anything colourful.
You're a colourful girl.
Yeah, I am a colourful girl.
Bohemian chick? Well, maybe not, so...
I don't think I'm that fancy, but I do love colour.
Yeah,
but,
it's always good.
I think white is always a good choice as well.
It is. And that is, in fact, what we're going with today. Spoiler alert, we're going to be doing white. So first I've got to remove my little sign, my vintage sign. Okay. Right, so we're using this Mustard Seeds milk paint today. And first of all, I did this on the other side of this brick wall is actually another internal wall. We won't go there now because that'll just spoil the whole surprise. However, I've painted that side, and if you want to, Hometalk's going to put the link to my Hometalk post in there. You can see it on my blog. The other thing I'll mention too right now, if you know other people who love watching these lives and you think they might not be watching right now, jump on your phone and hit the little share button. down underneath where it says share, and you won't go anywhere. It'll just say share this Hometalk Live demo, and it'll jump you right back into the demo. You won't have missed anything. So if you want to do that right now, you can do that. Share it on your page, share it on your groups, your interest groups, and that kind of thing. That would be fun. Tell them we're painting a brick wall. Okay, with milk paint. So to do this, I feel like we're in a kitchen and we're making some kind of fancy recipe, Julie. So we've got only 2 ingredients though, so it's really very easy. Milk paint comes in a powdered form and you just mix it with water. So you do equal parts water. Because we're doing a fairly big sized brick wall, I'm going with a 1/4 cup. Who thinks that I need more than that? I don't know. What colours have we got?
We've got some really interesting colours. There's obviously some people in there like me that like colour.
Yes.
We've got turquoise and minty green.
Oh, wow.
But we also have some creams and light greys coming through. We have a question. What is milk paint?
What is milk paint? Well, milk paint has been around for hundreds of years, and it's one of those, I like to call it a primitive paint because it just feels like you're, back in the old days and you're making this, and even the look that you can get from it. And it's not just for primitive kind of painted furniture. You can use it for a solid look as well if you add the bonding agent into it. But it's great for a primitive look. You can get a nice, really lovely chippy kind of look on your furniture. But it's made from all natural ingredients. There's about 5 ingredients in it. Don't ask me what they are, but I know that milk protein, casein's in it, limestone, chalk. There's a whole bunch of different but they're all natural, which is awesome. All right, you know what I forgot is water. But I'm going to use my water here just for a second, which is my painting water. So what I've done now, I'm just using the colour grain sack, because what I did on the other wall, I thought I'm going to do this in this colour grain sack. It's a just slightly off-white greyish kind of colour. And then I'll tell you what we'll do over the top of that. So what I've got in here is a 1/2 cup. These are 2 1/4 cup measurements. So I'm using exactly equal parts milk paint to water to get a paint consistency. Now you can use milk paint as a stain as well, and then you would add more water than you do for using it as paint. So we've just got our water in there with the milk paint. What I'm going to do, there's a few ways of mixing up milk paint. I'm just going to give it a good shake to start with. And so we just shake it up. It will make a few little air bubbles in there, but for today's purpose, we're just going to do that. And then I'll use this little coffee frother mixer, but I don't use it for my coffee, just for milk paint. And it's just going to help to get out any lumps. Because we're using absolutely all natural ingredients with the powder, you've got pigments in there as well, and you can have little lumps that will form. So using a wire whisk or this little mixer is going to really help to eliminate any of those lumps. Julie, I need to mention the giveaway question. They've probably put it up on the Hometalks, probably pinned it to the top. And so our giveaway question today is, let me see my notes. What colour would you make your brick? So maybe people have been answering that already. What colour would you make your brick?
I think they have. There's
some crazy colours going on.
Doug and Kim Hagen said antique white.
Oh, yeah.
Beverly John Cabral, off-white, maybe eggshell.
Oh, yes. Now, eggshell, how would you describe eggshell, Julie? Is that like a yellowy undertones?
Yellow tone
That's
white.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Jennifer Jones wants to know, did you seal the brick?
No, I didn't seal the brick. I didn't do it when I did the other side either. So I'm just going to let the milk paint first coat do that. So we are going to do a couple of coats. Who thinks I can actually get this whole brick wall painted in one DIY demo? I don't know. So we've got our grain sack all mixed up. Normally you would just let that sit for a little bit longer to allow the emulsifying, is that a word? Yeah. Of the milk, of the powder and the liquid to just kind of get together. So I'm just going to take my flip-flops off because I just feel comfortable painting in bare feet. So I'm going to start at the top. And what kind of colours are we getting there? Is any crazy colours there? We're going to pick a winner right at the end of our DIY.
Sue Hart Meyer said Ruby red, be bold.
Oh, now I've got a story to tell, guys. When I was like about 18 or 19, I'm the oldest of a family of 5 children. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to turn my back to you as I do this and tell my story because I can't watch you and paint brick at the same time. I was the oldest, and as the kids get older, you stop sharing rooms and you want to give them their own bedrooms. So Mum and Dad boxed in or closed in their double-car garage so we had a 2-storey house, and they boxed in their double-car garage and built it in. And one of the walls in there was a brick wall. And even from a young age, I really loved doing my own bedroom painting ideas. And I was really thankful for my mother who gave me free rein. She's probably watching today. Hi, Mum. Free rein in what would you like to do for your feature brick wall. And so I did paint it red, bold red. And what I did was I went over the whole wall in red, and then I did the mortar in white. So I had this brick wall with white mortar in between. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, she's not doing a very good job. Well, the look I'm going for is more of that rustic look. Now, you could do this with your ordinary household paints. You could do it with furniture paint, mineral paint, whatever you like. But today I'm using milk paint, and I just really love the way that it has that rustic appeal about it. I'm going this way because I don't want to jump across the chair just yet. So is there any questions? If you have any questions about using the milk paint, hit them my way and we'll see if I can answer them for you. So I'm just leaving some of that brick exposed. And as you can see, it will dry pretty quickly.
Kelly has asked,
Yes.
Is there a way just to paint the grout?
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I helped a friend do painting a brick wall this week, and she was just using ordinary household wall paint to paint her brick wall. But she wanted to do hers with all of the grout in between, and we actually did it by hand, which was quite crazy. And as we were doing it, there was 3 of us doing it. So Shireen, my friend, who usually helps me out, and her son Eric, we were over at her place painting her brick wall, and you'll be able to see that over on my Facebook page. I posted a small picture of that. So she wanted to go inside everything and hit the whole brick wall. So we just used a small, narrow paintbrush. So if you wanted to get in the grout, which I'm not going to do today, you could do that. You can get in there with a small paintbrush. But I'll tell you, as I was working, I was thinking, wow, this is a lot of work, getting every single piece of brick painted, a lot different than what I'm doing my wall here. And I thought, how much effort would it be to set up the sprayer and actually spray the whole wall, because it might have even been quicker by the time but you'd have to drape everything. So yeah, I don't know. But does that answer Kelly's? Was it Kelly had that question? So yeah, if you wanted to paint in the mortar, definitely. You can just use a brush. See, I could get in there right now. But I kind of want it to match the wall on the other side that I've done. And I didn't paint the grout on the other side. So I'm just going to... And I'm just, see how I'm sort of doing it really roughly? And I'm letting some of that brick show through.
Diane wants to know what kind of brush you're using today.
Today I'm using a natural bristle brush, which is from Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint, but you could use any brush really. If I was you, see this one I've used for a very long time. What I didn't want to do was use my nice favourite brushes that I would use for my furniture paint. I've used quite an old brush. Because you're using your brush against brick wall, you don't want to use your favourite one because it's quite rough. The surface can be rough and you don't want to ruin your good brush and your good bristles with that. So that was a really good question. This one I've had around for yonks, and it was one of those, you're just about to throw it in the trash, but you think, hey, this would be good for painting bricks.
Sarah wants to know, does milk paint absorb much into the brick?
Yeah, it does. And as we start to see it drying, hopefully will dry pretty quickly, you'll see that it does absorb into the bricks. And so this is where I'll talk about what happened when I was doing the other wall behind here. I thought grain sack's a great colour, it's going on well, but then when it went into the bricks, and it did soak in quite a lot, as it was going in, it looked quite a lot darker than what I was wanting it to be. So then I chose a different colour to go on top of the grain sack, and I'm going to do that today, is use another colour called Farmhouse White, which is a bit of a brighter white. And I'm going to use that white to go over the top of my bricks today. So, you know, this is great because we can see actually how it's going to turn out. And I won't forget to do those corners. I might do that and we'll, you know, put a great big final reveal post. But isn't this a great way of showing the you know, half and half, halfway between. So what colours have we got coming in? Is there anybody? What colour would you paint your brick wall if you had a brick wall?
Tori had a great suggestion.
Yeah.
She suggested doing an ombre wall, which is very on trend.
Yes, that's a great idea. I like that. And what colours would you pick? Which did she say? If you did an ombre wall, what colour would you do?
She didn't say, but maybe we could have some people suggesting
what colour would you do if you did an ombre colour?
We've had Nicole who suggested a black brick with a hint of red shimmer.
Ooh, that sounds very sparkly.
Glamorous.
Yeah, that's very glamorous. I wonder if you would do that with this kind of rustic feel. I could see it with a classic. That sounds just really classic. So did she say black with a red shimmer?
Yes.
Yeah. That does sound interesting.
Renee said light grey to dark grey for the ombre.
Oh, yeah.
How nice would that be?
That would be beautiful. This grain sack is like there's just the ever so slightest hint of grey. So I'd see this as being, you know, one of those last colours down at the end of the ombre. That'd be beautiful.
Michelle Shoesmith said white down to magenta.
Oh, yep.
That'd be good for a girl's room.
Yeah, that would, because you would have that pinkish colour in between, I suppose, as you're going more towards the magenta, wouldn't you think? Yeah.
We've had a couple of comments come
Yep.
through asking whether it's an optical illusion or whether some of the bricks at the top look pink. I think it might be an optical illusion.
Could be. Is that after I've painted or before the painting?
Not sure.
Okay. I don't know. They all sort of look pretty much the same to me. There are, as I'm painting, I can see that there are bricks that are different colours. Some are a bit lighter than other colours. But also, as if she's talking about after the painting, you might see that after it's drying, it may look a little bit more on the pink side. But see how quick that is, just to slap that on your brick. And it's really got a lovely rustic feel to it. And how much did I put in there? I put half a cup, so I had 2 quarter cup measurements. Half a cup of powder. If you've just tuned in, we're painting my living room brick wall. It's going from dark to light. And you can see the before right beside me here on this wall. And today we're using Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint, and we're actually using the colour grain sack. And it's going on so super easily. And I've still got so much left in the jar, Julie. I could probably do this whole wall with this bit of milk paint that I've got here.
We had a question earlier from somebody that asked, can you do it around a fireplace, the bricks around a fireplace?
That's a really good question. You know, actually, I knew someone was going to ask that. Yeah. So I kind of looked it up last night, and yes, you can. People were asking, though, do you seal it? And the important thing that I found out and I can't remember why, sorry, but you can look that up. But they're painting it with milk paint. Don't seal it because you want the bricks to be breathable around the fireplace.
Gail's asked, could you use a roller applying light pressure?
Oh, yes. Yes, you could. And that's one thing we thought about this week when I was doing my friend's house, was using the roller. But by the time we painted in all of the mortar bits, the roller, you know, it would have been a bit of a waste of time. Wow. So how long did it take me just to do that half a wall? Nearly 20 minutes, I reckon. Have I done half? Nearly half. So it's really drying quite quickly. Hey, how about that for a wall? We could do an ombre going that way, guys. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be great. Sally Engel has suggested a whitewash as well.
Yes.
How do you do that?
So a whitewash would be just not using which it kind of almost looks like a whitewash the way that I'm brushing, because it almost looks like a dry brushy kind of look. But whitewash is done in a few different ways. One of the ways is to water down your milk paint a little bit more. So instead of using 1 part to 1 part, you would use a bit less, which just makes it a little bit thinner. But the way I'm sort of brushing it on, I'm just doing it so quite randomly, and you can see that it sort of looks distressed and like it's worn down over the years. Yeah. Is there anyone from Australia tuned in there?
I
Anyone
haven't
from
actually
Australia?
seen anybody from Australia
Aussies.
yet.
Yeah. Oops.
We've
So,
got a few likes, maybe.
Yeah. If you've just tuned in, I'm Sharon and I blog over at i-restorestuff.com, and I've got my good friend Julie here to help me read the comments, and her Facebook page is Chalk and Trees. She's from Australia too, so if you want to see what Aussies are doing painting furniture, come and check us out. Check out our pages.
We've got Ian Patrick Corbett who wants to know, can you get milk paint in a coral colour? Another very on-trend colour.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably do. And I know in Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint, they don't have, they don't have the coral, but they've got this outback petticoat, which is like our rustic Australian outback kind of colour. It's more an orange though, wouldn't you say, Julie? It's not really coral.
Yeah, definitely more an orange.
Definitely more an orange. But you know what? The other good thing about it is you can make your own custom colours and mix up stuff. So there you go. Oops, I've gone a
It's
little bit too
interesting.
far over here.
Connie
Yes.
DeWert Ward said that she would paint her wall orange and black. So
Wow, there you go. So those are the colours. That would be kind of like what it might look like. Orange and black. So I wonder if she's thinking in the grout, or not the grout, what do you call that? The mortar? I wonder if she's thinking painting in the mortar one of those colours and then the orange the other, the actual bricks.
there's been a
So you
couple
can
of
see-
suggestions to paint the
Yep.
grout a contrasting black colour.
Yeah. So that's what I did when I was, what did I say, 18 or 19. Painted my bedroom wall, bright red brick. I probably do have a picture of it somewhere, and I think I've posted it on my Facebook page before. Bright red brick, and I had white contrasting in the grout. So this is just so much fun.
Some people said they missed the beginning and weren't sure how you made up your milk paint.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing that again in a minute, so hang tight because I'm going to be doing a second batch with a different colour over the top of this. As I mentioned before, when I did my other wall on the other side of this, I did it in the milk paint, and I painted it in this off-white greyish colour grain sack. And then I was thinking it's a little bit dark, so then I painted a farmhouse white over the top of it. So I'll be mixing up my farmhouse white in just a minute, but I'm really happy with the way this covers too, because I'm only doing it kind of slap on, but I've used a cup of, what did I say? Half a cup. It's only half a cup of milk paint powder to half a cup of water. So that's how we mix it in. And it's simply mix with a little mixer. You can use a wire whisk. But if you want to hang tight, I'll show you that in a minute. Don't forget, guys, don't go anywhere because we've got a giveaway of a Hometalk tote bag that will be totes given away real soon. And the giveaway question, what was it? Can you read it out again, Julie? What colour?
What colour would you make your brick?
Yeah. And we've got some awesome crazy colours happening, crazy colour combinations. I think it's going to be hard to pick a winner, Julie.
Oh,
but,
I think so. Wendy Pistelli wants to know, can you use milk paint outside?
Okay. Yes, you can use it outside. It's better for porous surfaces. Oops. Just drawing attention to my sign that I made there. Anyway, you can use it outside, but if you are going to, you would probably, if you're doing something wood, you would want to use a sealer of some kind. So a good strong sealer like polyurethane or an outdoor kind of sealer. We are nearly finished this one whole brick wall. So I'm just kind of letting this side dry, and I think you can see that it's drying pretty well over there. Normally, if you're painting a piece of furniture with the milk paint, it does dry super quickly, similar to chalk paint or some of the other furniture paints. Normally, you'd want to let it still dry for a few hours, wouldn't you, Julie?
Yes.
But do you get impatient sometimes? I do. Come on, we're letting
That's my middle name.
we're letting our true secrets be revealed here. all, all furniture painters, do as I say, not as I do. So, yeah, we do tell people you need to wait a good couple of hours, or, 24 hours would be great, but we need to wear our patience pants for those moments because they don't come naturally. Yeah.
William Jamie Sr. wants a rainbow wall.
Oh my goodness, a rainbow wall. Beautiful. Well, that would be interesting.
Maybe not in my house.
Maybe not in my house, but yeah, that could be
one.
That could be fun. I'm just going to add a touch more water because sometimes what happens with milk paint, and I would mention this too, is the powder kind of sediments and settles down to the bottom. So I like to, swish your brush around it a fair bit as you're painting. As you're going along is the best idea. And I'm just going to get those last little bits out there, and I don't think I'm quite going to make it, but it'll be good to have that visual there to show you the before, if I leave a few bricks at the bottom, even though you've got this wall here too, I suppose.
William Jamie Sr.'s changed
Yes.
his mind now. He wants silver with gold sparkles.
Okay, Jamie will let you do that. Silver with gold sparkles. Oh wow. We have some really creative people, and sometimes I wonder if the ideas they would actually do them, or is this just an idea?
Kathleen
Okay.
wants to know, is the powder the same as plaster of Paris?
No, it's definitely not. It's actually got 5 all-natural ingredients that makes up milk paint. So one of the ingredients is casein. Did I say that right? Casein? The protein from milk. It's pretty much... See, this is a little bit diluted down this side because I'm getting down to the bottom of the barrel. Will we make it?
Sandra from Norway said it's 1:30 here, but your painting was so interesting she doesn't want to go to sleep.
She's funny. Thank you. Okay, we've got a few bricks left at the bottom to show what happens when you run out of milk paint. So almost a half a cup of milk paint just to do that. So if I was going to do a little bit more, I'll just kind of eyeball it and add a little bit of powder here. And mix that up. Just got a bit of water. And while that's kind of sitting there and resting, I'm going to do my top coat. So my second coat, I'm going to go over with Farmhouse White, which is a lovely... I just use salsa jars. Seriously, that's my little collection for making milk paint because the brush fits straight in the jar. They've got a really nice wide mouth on them. That brush goes with that paint. Okay, so again, I'll mix up 3/4 this time because I know we just ran out. The second coat is actually always quite a lot easier to go over. That's with furniture too, isn't it? When you've done your first coat, that second coat goes on so much more easy because you're not trying to get in all the little nooks and crannies.
Some people are saying they like it as it is at the moment. Can you leave it like that?
Yes, I could if I wanted to, but because I've already done my wall on the other side, I want it to match. So I've done 3 parts. Am I even going to be able to mix it in that? I think I'm going to have to put some powder back. And you can always just guess at this game. So I'm doing a big guess.
Roya said, Aussie,
Yes.
Aussie, Aussie.
Oh, yay, we've got some Aussie. Where's she from? She's not going to tell us.
No, she didn't say.
Okay. It's kind of still hot here in Queensland, Australia. I think we're going to all see a bit of a change happening pretty soon in the weather. Be nice. All right, I've nearly finished, filled up my salsa jar here. So someone was asking before, if you missed the beginning, this is how I mix the milk paint. Equal parts powder to water. Give it a good shake or stir. I'm being very daring and turning my lid upside down, hoping that I've sealed the jar properly. Don't shake like I'm doing now. You might create some air bubbles.
Roya's from Sydney, by the way.
Oh, hey, Sydney people. All right, so now I've got a little, it's a milk frother. So instead of using it for making a cappuccino, which would be nice right now, I'm mixing my milk paint with this milk frother. So instead of a milk frother, it's a milk paint frother, but we don't want froth because that will create air bubbles. So I kind of tap my mixer on the bottom of the jar a little bit so it doesn't come up and make a lot of air. So what you need to do, it's a little bit like, if you can make a cup of hot chocolate, you can mix milk paint. My friend Wendy Batten says that from Canada. Hi Wendy, if you're watching. She says if you can mix hot cocoa or hot chocolate drink, you can mix milk paint. It's that easy. So there we have it. We've mixed it all up. Just got to kind of let the powder soak into the water. And the consistency should be about, for paint, because you can use it as a stain or a whitewash as well by adding more water. So the consistency of milk paint should be like pouring cream. So you want it to be fairly runny. So I'm going to use...
Donna's asked where you can buy it from.
You can get all sorts of milk paint from all sorts of places. This one's Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint. You just have to look it up online, Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint, and you can find it. Your local retailer. Look, can you see that, Marty, my cameraman? Just showing you the runniness of it, the consistency. So it's kind of like pouring cream. It's not as thick as, chalk paint or furniture paint or anything like that. And that means that it's also pretty self-leveling. So, all right. So what I was going to do first, just finishing off this small bit down the bottom here with this grain sack colour, which I'll just finish mixing up with my brush.
We've got Kaz from Mount Tambourine.
Oh, yay, that's kind of close. Is it Kaz? Kaz. Hi, Kaz. Mount Tambourine's only about half an hour away from me. It's probably beautiful and cool up there, is it? I wonder. Cooler than it is right here in my living room. So you can see I was running out of paint here before and I've kind of watered this down a bit. So I'm just going to quickly go over these bricks here. But because this is my first coat, not really too worried about it.
Some people aren't sure whether this is actual milk.
No, it's not powdered milk. So don't get your powdered milk and try mixing it. It's actual milk paint. And so it does have other ingredients in it that make it up into milk paint. So it's got limestone, casein.
Kathy wonders whether it's hard to keep clean.
After it's painted, or, it's probably the same as before it's painted, I suppose. The brick wall itself is quite rough, rough surfaced. So if you missed the beginning, I prepped the wall by just vacuuming it and then cleaning with the dustpan and brush to get in all those grooves where the mortar is, because a lot of dust will lie in there. Okay, so as you can see, up the top here, it's sort of finished drying. We've got I've done this part first, if you've been watching, and I went down on this part second, and I've got a few little, because I ran out of paint, was really pushing it at the bottom. So I'm going to start at the top here and go over the top with my farmhouse white colour. Where's my chair? I'll just use this one.
Maritza wants to know, does it smell?
No odour at all. So because it's using natural ingredients, it's actually quite good for you. It's good for your nose. So this is a little bit brighter, this colour. And so what the first coat has done is actually soaked into the bricks, and it's made it a little bit greyer because it's actually soaked in. So then I'm just going over the top with my brighter white, and then we'll get a bit of a layered kind of effect of the white and the grey underneath, and then the brick underneath that. So we've got a kind of a rustic thing happening here. Okay, keep your giveaway questions coming, your answers to the giveaway, which the giveaway question for a Hometalk tote bag is, what colours would you paint your brick wall?
Nancy Buckman said colours of sea glass.
Ooh, right. Sea glass. Those are beautiful colours. And you can get a few different sea glass colours, can't you, Julie?
Yeah.
There's that Asia green, do you call it azure? That greeny blue, tealy colour. It ranges from the blues and the greens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That would actually be quite a pretty wall. You know, like so doing the blues underneath and the greens on top and having that layered effect, like we're sort of doing it so subtly here, you know, it's hardly even a change because I'm going sort of from the grey to the white. But imagine that in sea glass colours. I do like that idea. Keep your ideas coming. Very creative people here on Hometalk.
Wendy Spall says jewel tones. Michelle,
Jewel tones. Oh, yeah.
Michelle Pickett Fink, duck egg blue.
Oh, yep.
Denise Matthews, sand colour.
Oh. Sand colour for a beachy look.
Yeah.
And so you can accessorise all your home furnishings with think of all the things you could put against this wall too, you know.
Ooh, Sheila said rose gold.
Oh, metallic. Are we talking metallic colours now?
There have
Now
been
we're
a
getting
few
interesting.
suggestions.
Yeah, now we're getting some really interesting looks happening.
Yeah, Bobby Rush said copper.
Yeah. All those metallics are quite on trend. Okay, so can we see a bit of a difference there with the white going over the grey? Hopefully you can see that. And this method that I'm using with just slapping it on, not doing the mortar in between, I reckon it's just a really cool farmhouse look. And you know what I could see on this wall? Like a giant windmill or something. Someone give me some more ideas for some great wall art pieces to go on this wall. I think it's just so brightening up the room. I'm excited already because our room was so dark and dingy and it really lightens up this whole space.
Some people have asked whether you can go back. Once you've painted it, can you remove it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll leave that for the experts, but I do remember seeing a video online about using something to remove paint from brick, but see, they were painting with, you know, some kind of latex paint or something over the top, and there was some special chemical peel-off thing that they were using. I can't remember what it was, but they were using to get all the paint off their brick wall. Like you'd leave this layer of paint peeler stuff on there, and it's almost like it had this glad wrap, cling wrap stuff over the top of it, and you leave it there for a day and then you peel it all off. But then you still have to kind of use your machine to, you know, dribble it off and everything. So, all right, so how do you think that's looking? So we've done pretty much nearly half. I'll just try and get to the end of this half of this wall. And Julie, we need to pick a winner for our Hometalk tote bag. I'm just really tossing up between some of those really crazy colours and...
Gloria suggested you should put a huge clock on that wall.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know what? The farmhouse clocks with that same kind of rustic look, although what I'm thinking of might kind of blend in a bit too much, but yeah, a huge clock. Maybe I could make a windmill clock. I could make one. Okay, so we've done our farmhouse white over the top of these end bricks down on the left side here that I'm working on. You can see where I'm up to here. I'm going to stand back and have a little bit of a look on it. And my awesome cameraman husband, doing a great job there, babe. So you can see where I've got to on here. It's a little bit shiny now because it's still a bit wet, but we can see that it's brightened up a bit because this is still a little bit darker, but you can see the before of what it used to look like over here. So I love that transformation, and I'm going to keep going with this brick wall here. And we're going to pick a winner, and I'm going to finish my wall, and after I've finished my Hometalk Live, I'm going to go and take a picture of the finished wall and put it up on my Facebook page. So find me at I Restore Stuff. Hometalk's put my links in there, and you can see me blogging over at i-restorestuff.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Hometalk's DIY Live demos. So if you're on Hometalk's Facebook page, at the end of this video, you'll see a little subscribe button. So hit that and you won't miss any more of their lives, because they'll send you a notification. All right, who's our winner going to be? Julie.
Our winner today is Ruth Moshia, who said Colonial Blue.
Ooh, Colonial Blue. That's going to be our winner today. So who was that, sorry?
Ruth Moshia.
Ruth Moshia. I hope we said your name right, Ruth. But Colonial Blue, what a great colour. That sort of fits in with my home themes too. But you're the winner today of a DIY tote bag. So one of the girls from Hometalk will be in touch with you. And congratulations, you've won that. Now, guys, please, we are live again on Hometalk with another DIY project tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. That's USA time. So if you're elsewhere in the world, look that up, what 1 p.m. EST is in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you next time that I do a DIY live demo. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sharon from I Restore Stuff. Thank you. Bye.